Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi, Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. And Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue, West Babylon, New York, 631-756-1125. They are Long Island's largest rock salt provider, but they also have mag ice melting pellets and flakes, Petalo Premium Snow and Ice Melter, Biomelt, Geomelt, and more. So head on to Omni True Value Hardware for all your winter storm needs. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. Also, just want to let you know, for those of you who are on my weather platform on Patreon, tonight at 9 o'clock, we will have our weekly Zoom meeting. We started this a couple of weeks ago, and we get together and discuss the weather issues of the day and the weather events that we can expect going forward. So that is for Patreon members, patreon.com/meteorologist Joe Cioffi, if you are interested in joining. And if you subscribe for a year, you get 15% off. Okay, enough of business. Now let's move on to what's going on today. And it is cold and blustery and signs of the winter season showing up. But the big deal today from Maryland northeast to all the way up, almost all the way up into northern New England, is the wind advisory that's up. And we're going to see winds that will be gusting up to 40 to 50 miles an hour at times. You see the gusty winds do tail off a bit as you head down into Virginia. And it looks like, and the strongest areas will be along the coast, the Jersey Shore, the Long Island shorelines with frequent gusts of 40 or higher, and also up in the Hudson Valley where we're seeing some gusts forecast around midday to early afternoon in the 40 to 50 mile an hour range. Same goes for southern and southeastern New England, and then gusty, but they start to tail off a little bit as we move on to the north. The other issue today, at least in parts of upstate New York, will be some snow, some lake effect snow getting underway. This is the time of year where, under the right conditions, you get the setup and you get some snow out of this. So, this is where it winds up happening, usually in the let's call them the usual suspect spots when it comes to lake effect. So, a good chunk of upstate New York, also western Pennsylvania, and on up into parts of north central PA. And you see the numbers up in upstate New York and north central New York will get the max out of this coming off Lake Ontario, with some places winding up with a foot or more. 4 for Syracuse, 5 for Utica, and lesser amounts as you head to the west and also up into New England, especially central and northern Vermont, to some of the mountains getting up to a foot of snow there. So the signs are starting to show with regards to winter weather coming into the Northeast. This is about the time of year where you would expect to see it. Everything seems to be rolling along according to the calendar. It's also not a smooth transition. We have our ups and downs. We're going to go from this turbulent weather at the beginning of this week to warmer and calmer conditions for the middle and latter part of this week and going into this weekend. You can see on the satellite, at least across the United States, all the action really centers around this strong storm now in southeastern Canada in New Brunswick, and the winds coming in off the lakes, picking up these streamers of clouds. So look for in and out clouds today down closer to the coastal plain. And then outside chance that you could see a snow or rain shower sneak on by. The radar from earlier was showing a lot of streamer activity up to the north. And here's the view from Canada. You notice that the clouds in the Pacific are moving northwestward into southwestern Canada. And then we have the storm that's in New Brunswick that is strengthening here. And everybody else is kind of sitting somewhere in between, but most of the energy seems to be shifting northward with the way the jet stream is, and that is going to mean that once everything pulls out of the east, weather conditions are going to get better. I'm going to bring up the U.S. radar here, the continental view of the U.S. radar, and just head right up into the northeast, and you can see the lake effect action happening with those streamers, and of course, up in Maine, closer to the low center, we have a large area of heavy rain and even a couple of thunderstorms there that are moving into New Brunswick. So that's The storm system that's cranking all of this wind is working overtime at the moment. We are going to see a week ahead where rainfall over the next 7 days from Northeast Virginia to southern New England is going to be non-existent and very dry right through the Ohio and Tennessee Valley and on up into New England again, except for areas around the Great Lakes with the lake effect. It looks like we're going to have a dry upcoming week. So just look at the GFS model with our situation that we're starting off the week with this very, very tight pressure gradient. You see a lot of isobars there. So in and out clouds today, very gusty winds, that odd rain or snow shower. Then for tonight, we have a weak upper air disturbance that's dropping southward, and that might trigger off another rain or snow shower. But then during the day on Tuesday, we will see the winds finally begin to relax as everything pulls away. Temperatures today no higher than the low to mid 40s. Temperatures tonight will probably hold up because of cloud cover and because of the wind. There'll be a lot of mixing. So I think we're only going to bottom out in the 30s, and maybe the coldest spots will be in the 20s. Tuesday will be in the 40s to around 50. In fact, in places down in Northeast Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, southeastern Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, you may actually make it up above 50 for Tuesday with more sunshine and fewer clouds, particularly in the afternoon. I think will be partly to mostly sunny. Wednesday, nice and sunny. High pressure goes out to the east. Temperatures will be in the 50s. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, unless we get into some sort of situation where a marine layer becomes a problem, I'm thinking we're going to have at least some sunshine each day right into Sunday. No cold fronts coming into the eastern part of the United States. And we will see highs back into the 60s Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked if some inland areas wind up getting to 70 or better. And we may have to wait until sometime around the middle part of next week before any kind of cold front comes anywhere close. Hurricane Eta is strengthening rapidly this morning. Top winds are now 90 miles an hour. It is approaching the north coasts of Nicaragua and also Honduras, and it's moving westward at about 11 or 12 miles an hour. It still has time to strengthen some more. There's a chance I think we could see this go to 100 knots or 115 miles an hour and become a major hurricane before it makes landfall. And here's a wider view so you can take a look from the perspective of the Caribbean. It is very well defined, starting to get that look of a major hurricane. And rain is going to be a big deal in Central America. We are seeing the Hurricane Center's forecast track is taking it inland on during Tuesday, and then starting to gradually turn it off toward the northwest. I think there's an outside chance that we could wind up seeing this eventually move back out into the northwest Caribbean. The longer range weather models are moving this very, very slowly in all sorts of different directions. And I'll just give you a quick look at the hurricane tracking models. You can see that a few of them take it actually straight out of the Pacific, but more and more of the models are starting to get to the idea that maybe this is going to eventually wind up in the Northwest Caribbean over time. So obviously we're going to be watching this for quite a while here. This is not going to go away anytime soon in this remarkable hurricane season that we've had. So thanks for being here, everybody. We really appreciate it. Again, Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. And their telephone number is 631-756-1125. They got the best prices in town. Their website is omnitruevalue.com. And again, also just a reminder tonight on my weather platform on Patreon, which is patreon.com/meteorologist Joe Cioffi. We're going to have our members-only Zoom meeting at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We've been doing this for the last couple of weeks. This will be the third time. And this will also be a feature that we'll be carrying through the winter to at least get together once a week with members and talk weather, answer any questions that you might have about the weather going forward. And also, this will be particularly useful during storm situations this winter with winter storms where the uncertainty is large and the questions are many. So consider it patreon.com/meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Otherwise, have a great day. Try to be able to withstand that wind out there with those strong wind gusts. We'll see you later.